first thing we're going to look at is, what is an idol? Now, in our culture, when we think of an idol, we typically think of kind of the ones they have in this time, these little statues, or what they have in other cultures. And I watched a video this week from a Hindu priestess explaining why they worship idols. They're proud, like, yeah, we have idols, we worship our idols. And they have the Hindu god Ganesh. He is the god of wisdom and the remover of obstacles. And if you worship Ganesh, you have this little statue of an elephant. He takes the form of an elephant. And you worship this elephant idol. Or there's Vishnu, who is considered to be the creator and the protector of the universe. And his idol, his image, is a blue guy with 4 arms. And if you worship Vishnu, you have this statue, this little idol in your house that you worship. And we've all probably been in a Chinese restaurant where we see a little statue of Buddha. And Buddha, to Buddhists, he is considered the supreme being, and they worship him as the one who has achieved true enlightenment, and he is a supreme being. So yes, those are idols that people worship. But we have idols in our lives that we worship as well, just not as openly or as blatantly as they do. So what is an idol? First thing, an idol offers you security and joy apart from God. Anything that you find security in, anything that you find joy in that is separated from God is an idol to you. Diana was considered the protector of the city of Ephesus. They believed that if they worshiped her, that she would guarantee them security, she would guarantee them joy in life. So you got to ask yourself, what does that in your life? What do you have that you think, if I just have this thing, if I can just keep this thing, I'll be happy, I'll be safe, I'll be secure in my life? Maybe your idol is influence. If I can just get people to think better of me or understand or give me influence, maybe it's success. If I can just achieve this goal, then I'll be happy. Maybe it's beauty. Our culture today, especially with the Instagram and our young people, it's like, if I can just look a certain way, if I can get my lips to look like Khloe Kardashian's, well, just take Photoshop and you'll be fine. But if I can achieve this image. Now, especially with our young people today, it's like, influence. If I can get, 100,000 followers on TikTok. If I can get, so many followers on YouTube, and I can become and look, an influencer is a job now. Maybe it's money. If I just have money, then everything will be fine. If I have a big family, then everything will be good. If I can get a big house, then everything will be fine. And look, idols on their own are not bad things. Money is not a bad thing. Money, well, look, we need money. You got to pay your bills. Got to feed your family. The church needs money to get the gospel out. Money is a good thing. But an idol is when we take a good thing and make it a God thing. I've got to have this or I won't be happy. I've got to have this or I won't be safe and secure in life. Idols are things that we think will guarantee us joy. Will you be happy if you don't grow any further in your career? If you never get a raise, if you never get a promotion, if you never get that title, are you fine? You say, it doesn't matter because I've got God and God's all I need. What if you never have kids? What if your health never gets better? What if your work never gets noticed? What if you never accomplish any of the goals you set out to do? What if some wrong is done against you and it's never made right? What do you have to have in your life that you say, if I don't get this, I'm not going to be happy? If I don't get this, I'm not going to be safe and secure. That's an idol. Second thing we learn about idols, idols engage our emotions. Look, this story shows us when idols are threatened, people get violent. Idols are the lifeblood of our lives. What is the protector in your life? That idea, that thing, that if I lose this, my life's over. If I lose this, then I have nothing else to go for. My security's gone, my safety's gone, my happiness is gone. If you lose a good thing, you're sad. But if you lose a God thing, then your life is devastated. Our deepest emotions are connected to idols. Worry, fear, anxiety, anger, hatred, unforgiveness. All of these are tied to our idols. When you can't forgive someone, it's because that they have hurt your idol and they're attacking your idol and you can't forgive them. And ironically, idolizing something ultimately keeps you from enjoying it at all. If you idolize something that you can't enjoy it because you got to protect it. If you don't, when you obsess over things, you can't enjoy them because you depend on them for joy. If marriage is your idol, then eventually you're going to become a terrible, codependent spouse. If family is your idol, eventually you're going to become a controlling parent. You'll go from a sweet, loving mother to a dominating, obsessive, controlling mother because you got to keep your family looking the way it's supposed to look to everybody else so everybody thinks you're happy. People with a lot of money typically aren't happy because they obsess about keeping their money or getting more of it. A good thing became a God thing and robbed them of their joy. Third thing we notice about idols, number 3, idols need to be protected. Demetrius said, we've got to protect Diana. We can't let them throw Diana out, which is ironic because Diana was supposed to be the protector of the city. She's supposed to protect them. But they're forming this mob to protect their idol. You always protect your idols from being taken away. You hide them so no one finds them, so no one can root them out and attack them. Success, money, love, kids, if anything threatens them, you get angry and you protect them at all costs. If your image is your idol, you'll protect what people think about you by lying about people, by lying about yourself, by backbiting, so people think good of you. Idols demand sacrifice. The whole system in Ephesus was built on sacrifice. You would sacrifice to an idol, to a god, to make that god happy, and then the happy would give you what you asked for, and then you'd have to continue to sacrifice to continue to make them happy. Idols say if you want me, if you want to keep me, then you have to sacrifice to me. So when your idol is success in business, and you've got to be the most successful person at work. You've got to be the best salesman. You've got to run the best business. What you're going to do is you're going to lie, cheat, and steal to get your idol. You are sacrificing your integrity. Now, if your idol is money, then you'll do the same thing. You'll hurt whoever you have to get that money. Now, again, I've heard a lot of people say, Bible says money is the root of all evil. No, it doesn't. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. Because when money is your idol and you have to have it, you'll lie, you'll steal, you'll hurt people to get it. If image is your idol, you'll lie, you'll hurt people to keep people thinking good about you, sacrificing your integrity for an idol. If love and affection is your idol, you're going to sacrifice your morality to get it. Pornography is an idol. I want you to listen here. This is a big issue we don't talk about in churches. We're going to talk about it for a little bit. I have my notes. We're going to talk about it. Pornography is not a sin. It's an idol. And you worship that idol. And look, I'm not ignorant enough to sit here and think, oh, we're a good group of Christians. We all come to church on Sunday mornings. Nobody struggles with it. Baloney. According to statistics, here we go. 77% of every man in here, of all the men, 77% of you struggle with pornography. I'm not saying looked at it once. If we're talking about you've looked at it, that's 99% of you. 75% of you struggle with it on a weekly basis. Ladies, not going to let you out off the hook. According to statistics, 63% of you have the same problem. It's an idol, and we don't talk about it. And when that is your idol, you are sacrificing your family, your morality, your integrity, your walk with God to that idol so you can get a little bit of pleasure for a little bit of time, and it never brings true joy. It's destructive. Every idol is. And it's an idol because you don't find your satisfaction in God or the satisfaction in your spouse God has given you, so you look for it on the internet. You look for it everywhere else, and you sacrifice so much for that idol. When you sacrifice to an idol, it always wants more. It's never satisfied. Wants more time with your family, more health, more of your integrity. The ancient gods required child sacrifice. And we look at them and think, oh, that's appalling. How could they do that? But we sacrifice our children to our idols all the time by ignoring them, by not raising them in the nurture and admonition of God, by sacrificing time with them or our image with them. We sacrifice. Idols demand sacrifice. Fifth thing we want to notice about idols. Number 5, idols are demonically influenced. We see that in Ephesus. Wherever idolatry is rampant, so are demons. Again, you cannot forget that there are spiritual forces at work in our world, and Satan is active and working. The Bible says he is as a roaring lion. He is constantly circling you, seeing where you're weak, where he can attack you, where he can come in and destroy your life. And he's done a great job of cloaking himself. He doesn't come to us as a red-horned creature with a tail and a pitchfork going, he never does that. Look, honest, if Satan appeared to us in his true form, 99.999% of us wouldn't recognize him as Satan. Say, how do you know that, preacher? Bible says he's beautiful. He's appealing. He's enticing. He got Adam and Eve to sin looking like a snake. Satan, when he comes to us, he's enticing, he's alluring. He doesn't come and say, hey, why don't you click on that image and ruin your family? Why don't you watch that video and destroy your morality and ruin your marriage and have your kids hate you because you hurt their mom, or again, because you hurt their dad? Because you were looking for things that you shouldn't. He never comes. He just says, hey, they're not giving you the love you deserve. They're not giving you the affection you deserve. So why don't you find it? It's okay. Find it here. He tells us the same thing he tells Adam and Eve. If you do that, you'll just be like God. You will become your own idol. So every time we worship idols, we are being influenced by Satan.